Hey guys, before we get into this video, I want to remind you to go and leave a like on this video and to subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. It really helps out with the channel. And also, if you want to be getting early access to these videos, I do have it available on Patreon as one of my perks to being a member. If you don't want to be a member, that's absolutely fine. You can still be a follower, and that would still be really much appreciated as well. Anyway, enough of that. Let's jump into the video.
You want him to do you so much you could do anything?
Me too, kid. Me too. Today, my motivation is an all-time low. Throughout this week, I've been working long hours, I've been staying up late and barely getting any sleep. This is on top of the many other adult responsibilities that I have. Cooking, cleaning, working my side hustle, and so on. Sure, being busy is okay. It feels like I don't have enough time for myself anymore. There's no opportunity to do what I really want. It's really all too much for me, and so I can't be bothered about setting new goals, advancing myself in different ways, or think of some viable solution that can get me out of my lot in life. Sounds familiar? Or maybe something like this. Today is the day I'm finally going to be exercising seriously. I want to go on some walks around town, and I prepared a good workout plan for myself to go through and get ready. It's time to trim off the body fat and start feeling great about myself again. Now all I need to do is pop on some inspirational tunes, write in a gratitude journal of some kind, and get myself motivated to do this. How about that sounding familiar? Ever since self-help was first established, one of the overarching problems that was being resolved was people's motivation. Whether it was burnout from too many responsibilities or the desire to improve oneself, self-help was there to instill in us desire to push past our current limitations, to work through our willpower issues, as it were. The methods to obtaining that, though, varied from person to person, but were all established when self-help was formed back in the 1800s. Throughout history, there were two primary methods for assisting someone through self-help. There was the direct method, which people like Tony Robbins and Tai Lopez employ. Speeches, courses, videos, articles, live performances. Things all in your face meant to deal with the problem head on. Then there was the indirect method, also called mental nurturing. It's the idea that solutions can come when looking at problems from a different angle and developing one's mindset. People like Rhonda Byrne and her Secret form this camp. Nevertheless, they all worked on getting us from point A to point B and are deeply established as go-to methods for solving problems and growing as individuals. But through those beliefs, we've created misconceptions about both motivation and how we take action. A prime example of this is our belief in willpower, even though it's fake, and I've done a video on that. For a lot of self-help gurus, they focus so much on getting what is needed to take action. They'll say some inspiring things, they'll scream and yell, and generally hype you up.
What are you? An idiot sandwich.
They'll give you little productivity hacks, cheat sheets, or other tools and resources to help you across. And in some cases, those can certainly help. But simultaneously, it creates issues because they've shown you the way. That means it's easy, right? You shouldn't have excuses, right? Excuses are for chumps and losers. I mean, all you have to do is follow the way they specified, right? It's the solution they came up with based on their own experiences or what they did research on. So it's totally going to fit your life, right? And all the while, they're losing their goddamn mind because people can't find the way they so conveniently laid out for people. Why can't people be like them and just know the way? Do you know the way? No, the way. This alone creates a problem because it creates both expectations and assumptions about people. It builds a narrative in one's head that is convenient but doesn't stand up to every person's situation. This can branch off into all manner of things, like how certain people view society, but as far as motivation is concerned, it establishes a broad scope of how it affects people.
Do it! Just!
For many self-help gurus, they're there to solve the motivation problem by giving you a roadmap and getting you to follow it by making you really excited, amped up, and offer several reasons why following their plan is a good idea. But like I said, that doesn't always work out for the sheer fact that we're all very different. We have different upbringings, which affect how we live and view things. There's different experiences that affect us in various ways. We're a big mental mess, and following some ironclad plan could very well be forcing a square peg into a round hole. It's not going to work.
The salami lid ain't gonna fit, won't fit.
Regardless of which method you use, the kind of glaring issue is present. Whether your mindset shifting to look at the problem differently or tackling it head on, pumped by someone's speech, getting motivated from those can be difficult. Even if it's finding motivation to solve a problem that you really want to solve. So, what can we do? Well, we look for a different motivational method. And through my own in-depth research,
oh, okay, I see what you did there.
I have found one method I want to be sharing with you. It's called the motivation paradox. And through understanding it, you can do anything that you want to do in life.
You could do anything?
So, what is the motivation paradox? To explain, it's better to present an example. One of the biggest goals in my life is to be healthier than I am right now. For a long time, I've been eating healthy. However, my weight hasn't been changing all that much. And for all intents and purposes, I am heavily overweight. Living a primarily sedentary lifestyle isn't helping that much either. But even with my efforts of exercising these days, my journey actually started back when I was in high school, about 15 years ago. I had major confidence issues, and I wanted to lose weight in order to bolster myself and my belief in myself. Even though I didn't take any action beyond the few hours of walking for my paper route, the desire to be fit was still there. And over the years, it adapted, and my motivation turned into genuine actions beyond just walking through my paper route. I started a 30-day paleo diet challenge and followed that up with going to the gym with a buddy at university. I stopped going after a while, and it was a few years later that I got back in by taking a 2-month workout challenge here in my hometown. It was then followed up by taking a break from that gym and signing up to another gym for a full year with a personal trainer. I was paying thousands of dollars to that trainer, and I got little to no results to show for it. With each iteration, there was motivation to take action. I had all of the reasons I could possibly think of to go to the gym and develop a habit to exercise on the regular. I still have those same reasons right now, but the behavior, in essence, is the motivation paradox. The more you think you need motivation, the more you come to lean on it and depend on it.
Oh, okay. I see what you did there.
This is the paradox. You can't just go to the gym until you remind yourself several times about your family's health history or that you're doing it for your future self. Next thing you know, you're buying some smaller size shirts and pants just to encourage yourself to fit into them. On the surface, motivation doesn't seem like a bad thing. Again, it's what moves us to commit to something.
Do it! Just
But after a while, it comes to a point where firing yourself up every time to get something done feels pointless. If the goal is to build a habit, you don't need over 20 reasons to do that habit. You simply do it. Your goal is to make it second nature. This is one of the major issues with motivational content online. They lead people down the road of a motivational loop. It's the idea that you need more motivation or inspiration in order to do something or to force yourself to take action. This scenario occurs regardless of what kind of motivation you use, too, and regardless of whether you stopped for a good reason or not when you make your next attempt. I can't blame people for falling for this. After all, I was in that same situation and still kind of sort of am. However, it's important that one makes an effort to break away from it once you know you don't need that extra boost. You just to get into the mindset of just doing it. And using this secret about motivation really boils down to being able to use your emotions to the best of your ability.
emotional, damn it!
One thing I've been learning about my weight loss journey is that these days I don't need much motivation or inspiration to do things. My system has boiled down to simple reminders for myself, like stretching, drinking water, slowing down when I eat, going for walks, and not overeating, and amongst other things. I don't need to be looking at fit people all the time or visualize myself more fit or exercising in order to get myself to do those things. I'll do it when I have the time and the opportunity to do so. This logic applies not just with weight loss or health goals, but with every aspect of our lives. It's a simple shift from recognizing you don't need all that motivation in order to get something done. You just focus on getting whatever it is you need to get done. You don't need dozens of reasons to do something. If it's on your mind, it's important in some regard. In the end, breaking out of the motivational loop is learning and building more reliable systems for you to go through. Actions that can help you build habits without you having to remind yourself or get pumped up to do them. That is something I'm personally building towards in many different ways. What the motivational paradox can culminate into for you can be summed up with what I just said. Building systems that rely on you doing the action rather than relying on you to feel motivated to do so.
Do it! Just
When you look at it this way, motivation is the byproduct of your actual actions. The progress and results that you're getting from them should be the fuel rather than your reason for doing something, your vision board, individual goals, or some inspirational stuff that some inspiring person once said to you or that you heard. Instead, it's looking at the fact that you did something and that's what is building momentum. Your motivation should be more of the desires to see that outcome unfold and where the next step takes you. Even in situations when the results you created were not that great or could be better, it doesn't always mean you should stop. Like this channel and my health journey, I haven't stopped thinking of either of them for all these years. I've been wanting to succeed in these areas of my life. Leveraging the motivation paradox is about processing your emotions and ensuring that you are still going towards the goals that you want to be achieving. Because in the end, that's what really matters. That you're still focused on your goal and making it happen. It doesn't matter how badly you want something or that you have a laundry list of reasons to achieve that goal. Training yourself to be motivated without having to depend on motivational sources all the time can allow you the means to do anything you could want in due time. It might take weeks, months, or even years, but human persistence and dedication has shown we can get a lot of things done when we set our mind to something. It's all a matter of finding the means to make it all happen. And that is all I have to say on the subject. Thank you guys so much for watching the entirety of this video. Again, as a reminder, if you have not done so already, I would strongly encourage you to subscribe to the channel. It will really help with all of the algorithm stuff on top of liking this video. That would also be wonderful as well. And yeah, thank you guys so much.